Gentle rains, soft rains without pain. Gentle rains of peace and serenity fell to the grounds of earth. The velvet leaves, with the scintillating scent of pine singing, the air with smells of peppermint, fall, and love. Small, light rainfall covered all, the dripping forest, the season's scent, the blues and greens of the road, all with humility and religious passion and holiness. Far-off mountains stood, watching, old sentinels over the furtive wildlife, the penitent canine conscious of his own vibrant pilgrim longing and natural courage. This beautiful being, more human than dog, called himself Lord Autumn, or Herr Herbst, with soul eyes whose sight expanded over the forest and far-off lands. Where to, he would ask, with peace and cooperation deep in his heart and longing. Nature would answer back, through the peaceful wind, trees, the deep silences, to the waters near the mountains, where the calm streams and rivulets shined fast, where the harsh thunderstorms clapped and pounded, where civilization cowered in fear and trepidation. And Herr Herbst, with the eyesight and body more akin to describing a man, looked on this natural chaos, puzzled at its freneticism, longing for sharper, cooler health and clarity. The past was clear to him, but the future of civilizations burdened the center of his being, looking on this violent nature and country. Verse would often fill his vision and perspicacious ears. Gentle rains without hurt, through forest green and darkened dirt, my sharpened soul with heavy lust, looking on the season's dust, and nature's sleep obsessed. Thunderstorms with lightning fast, through sunshine bright and windfalls vast, my sharpened soul with heavy eyes, catching truth and human lies, and nature's life recessed. That is what our kingly hound thought often, even when the poor villages and civil leaders seemed evil and neglectful over his aura. His burdens were great and heavy as the poor poet's, reflecting both nature's suffering and mankind's greed, in his simple, good, German soul of naive truth and well-being. Inner kindness always shone through, his eyes bright, strong beacons of generosity and nobility. And even though there were little families to dance pervertedly in his presence and consciousness, his light burst over, penetrating darkness and base common obfuscation. His life was a god's, an eternal struggle towards philosophical defensiveness and gilded love. And although mortal pain would come, physical or emotional, his higher self would always look beyond, thinking of nature and her deeper conflicts. Soft rains. These were the dreams of this humble dog out on his journey, giving strength through wilderness and forgotten lands. He knew that nature's spirit would falter, and in its weakness betray all, including him, including life, including the innocent and the guilty. He faced a broken mirror, and his brave quests, eternal and necessary, never ended, his dreams of poetical kindness reflected in the rains, an everlasting reprieve to all. He dreamed of peace, and the people over him working together without prejudice or crippled assumption and logic. The disgusting philosophies above his species appalled him, and the lighter moralities he strived for remained always obvious to his mortal senses. They were small to him, though frequently immoral, and only fueled his propensity for love. With these moral eyes, he found his simple way, through the winding nature paths and high grounds, a true pilgrim spirit in the wilderness. Absorbing the scent of the pine, he trudged his way, an obstinate geist in old moral code. Mountain snows, with stones so fair, with forest scent and solemn prayer, over cliff and far-off land, over river and soft sand, through suffering hot and low. Forest pine with color good, with scents of bark and wounded wood, over cliff and far-off strife, and waters clear with fertile life, to peace's place I go. But Herr Herbst carried on, knowing the mountain stream's cacophony and vibrance before him. His moral quest impassioned his old spirit, an eternal flame in the hopelessness of so-called man. He went on, plunging himself into the wars of mankind, an innocent bystander self destined towards morality and pure kindness. The religions of the present seemed small to him, and as nature expanded before him, the problems of hate and sickness reverberated, with the issues and little conundrums of civilizations apparent and clear. Again, his inner self would cry, morality, morality, morality. Pine trees good, a softened dream, a deepened valley showing stream, with giving hearts and colors clear, and peace's hope a noble's mirror, through seasons and earth's song. Evil man may take its bow, with moral dog's insensate brow, in geisters wrong and colors gray, without their peace in hopeful day, a winter only wrong. Lord Herbst would carry these words in song through the violence, through the distant paths, through the wars outside him and near. Personal pain mattered not, his stubborn destiny literate against all odds. Darkness, but his strong morality steadfast, finding the way through the evils of the land, plunging himself over stream, over meadows, over mountain. And the pine, with their loneliness wide and sadness deep, would dance in the shadows of the wind, a silent symphony of air and light. His voice would call out, a strong soul in the chaos and hate. Help us, he would shout, over the cliffs, over the ignorant buildings and villages hidden, over all. The answers of nature remained mute, although his begging bark pierced the unknowable night. Gentle rain without hurt, with forest green and honest dirt, soulful eyes through darkness true, without violent hateful rue, and life and death betrayed. Thunderstorms with chaos great, with sunshine vast and man irate, soulful eyes without their shine, in pilgrim war and lightning wine, and seasons good belayed.